everyone, this is a pick a card for August 2022 monthly messages. We want to take a look at what the month is going to bring for you, what the month might be like, to give you kind of a heads up on your August forecast. So if you have not as of yet chosen a card or crystal on the table, go ahead and do that now. There are timestamps down below where you can go directly to the portion of the video that's going to take you directly to the up close picture clip and video clip. There is meditation music there, so that way you can get into a relaxed state and you can just, meditate and focus on the cards in order to choose. And you can pause anywhere on the screen in order to give yourself enough time or more time if you feel it necessary. If during your selection process you feel led to pick more than one card or crystal on the table, by all means, please listen to your intuition. If that's what you feel is best for you, please pick more than one to get the most out of your reading. These readings, I do consider them timeless, even though we are particularly focusing on August 2022. The reason why I consider them timeless is because you can come back to this video maybe, 4, 5, 6 months from now and realize that, yes, you were actually experiencing some of these things in August of 2022. So that's why I consider it timeless. Whenever it's placed into your awareness and you feel that intuitive nudge to watch, whether it's now at the upload time or sometime later down the road, whenever it's placed into your awareness, there might be a message here for you. Nonetheless, what I always try to remind everybody of is that these readings are general. I don't expect them to apply to everybody watching. There will be plenty and many of you watching. And I'm pretty sure there'll be a few of you that will find the messages that you need here. But what I always try to remind everybody is that if this particular reading, let's say, doesn't connect or resonate for you, feel free to maybe explore my channel and my other playlist. You might find something somewhere in that mix. I have a bunch of readings I've already done. Pick a cards, daily card readings, you name it, I've done it. It's there. Have fun exploring my channel. You might come across something else that you need to hear instead if this particular reading doesn't fit. And let's say you explored my channel, you realize maybe I'm not the reader for you. That's totally okay. I trust that spirit, the universe, will always guide you right and true to help direct you to the messages that you need most for confirmation on your journey, even if it's not here with me. And that's the intention I set for you, that you will always find the messages of confirmation that you need when you need them the most. So I'll leave you here and I will meet you at your reading of choice. Pile number 1, you chose Malachite for your crystal. And this is your card. There is a message on the back of this. I will be sure to incorporate it. I actually did shuffle for these that you choose from. So we're looking at August 2022 messages. What is it that you need to know for the month? Maybe what to expect, what to look forward to. I have the Goddess Guidance cards here. I'm going to start with to see what the main energy is or theme of your month is all about. Let's take a look here. And I'm actually going to grab from the Fairy Messages Oracle as well to see what the main energy is. So 2 cards, one from each deck for your month. Let's see. Pile number 1, viewers choosing Malachite, August 2022. What is the message for you this month? Okay, let's take a look. Nice. Okay, so emotional healing. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. We have the High Priestess energy here. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Some of you might be light workers watching. Some of you might be considering entering a light working kind of work environment or practice that might align better with who you're becoming, right? So this is also saying in general, August is a month where you're in tune, you're in touch with your higher self, you're connected to that higher aspect of you. You have done the healing work, you've gotten out of that period, and you're ready to move on to new things because now you're in alignment. You're in touch and in tune with your higher self as the High Priestess. This is also indicating that August might be a big month where you get a lot of intuitive hits. You might get lots of synchronicity, signs, confirmation, downloads, right? Like I said, intuitive hits where they're guiding you. And these intuitive hits, nudges, and maybe psychic insights are actually guiding you to these new blessings that this card is telling you that is coming. All right. And the reason why it's on its way now is because you've done the work, you've done the healing, you might have put a lot of the past behind you, and now you're ready to receive these new things. So trust the way that intuition is guiding you this month in August, because what it's doing is guiding you to your blessings. And this is also saying that a lot of the things that you've learned from and you've leveled up from in your journey recently are preparing you, right, to be a testimony for others, maybe just by the way you live your life. Or it's also assisting you to maybe be of assistance to others in some way, as kind of like paying it forward is the feeling here. So I don't know what some of you have planned in regards to the way you share your talents, your gifts, and your abilities in some way. But the reason why it feels like the reason why you're being allowed to do this now, or you're being put on the path to do this now, is because you've been through it, done that. And now you are in a state where you can be of service this way. You can share what you've learned from and how you've grown and what it's taught you and what it's brought you. You're in a position now, okay, to be that sage, to help others in some way, or use your talents and your gifts to help or be of service in some way. Maybe even through, a business, a career, something, entrepreneurial, maybe charity. There's a lot of different ways we can use our gifts. And oftentimes the way we live in general is also an inspiration to others that way too. But anyhow, what you've been through has set you up to level up in this way now, so you can receive. August is a month where you start to see the blessings come in, and you start to see the way that spirit is lining up the nuggets, right? And the golden eggs, or the dots on the map for you to follow to reach your blessings too. So again, trust intuitive hits that you get, because they're guiding you to this new energy. And August is the month where they start to show the way. So let's see what else the spirit needs you to know for August 2022. Pile number 1, viewers choosing Malachite. If I remember correctly, this is the Radiant Tarot. I believe so. Let's see here, 3 cards. All right, so we have 1, 2, and 3. We have the 4 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. Do you see that? Yeah, this is the blessings, okay, that this card was talking about. The blessings and the love that this emotional healing card is talking about. So you're coming out of a period, again, of stillness, maybe even stagnation for some of you. And you know what? That's the thing. A lot of times when we're going through a healing journey or process, everything does feel like it's in place and it's not really happening. Nothing's happening around us, or nothing's moving. The thing with the 4 of Cups is when we're in that period of stillness and stuck or stagnant, again, a lot of times we're going through a growth process. And a lot of times in the midst of not seeing things happening around us, it's actually that spirit is aligning you with what you need on the back end, where you can't quite see it yet. This card is always showing you, usually the depiction, right, of the 4 of Cups shows you a Ace of Cups always floating in the background. And that's literally the universe trying to bring you this fresh start, fresh new energy, and bring it towards you. But sometimes when we're so focused on our healing or on our growth or what's happening around us, we tend to lose sight of the blessings that are coming in, or we fail to see that they're on their way, or we fail to vibrate with them or resonate with them or tap into their frequency. But they are. That's the thing. They are on their way. And the saying that I always use for the 4 of Cups is, just because you don't see it in your present doesn't mean it's not happening in your future. This energy of number 4 is very stable and still, and sometimes that can be good, right? When things are great, we don't want them to change, we want them to stay that way. But when things are feeling right, bleh, that's my bleh card. When things are feeling bleh, we want them to change. We want to see something happen. We're tired of feeling stuck, stagnant, and uninspired, or bored. This 4 of Cups is saying that you're coming out of that. Okay, that period of bleh was purposeful to put you in a position of healing, so you can level up and prepare yourself for what's coming. And it is coming. It's always been on the way. The blessings have always been on the way. August is going to show you that, and August is also going to lead you to it, because you got a lot of intuitive insight or heightened awareness that's available here with the High Priestess to reveal the secrets or the mystery or what was hidden from you or felt like it was. It's time to reveal it to you and show you the way toward it. You have the Six of Pentacles, equal energy exchange, reciprocity, balance, right? Where things were kind of well, now they're going to find balance and equilibrium. Also, this High Priestess energy talks about helping others, giving your energy, and then having it reciprocated back to you. So it is an equal energy exchange. So whatever you've been through recently was setting you up to be of service in some way, or to help others, or have somebody else help you. And the blessing's going to be given to you, handed to you. The Six of Pentacles in August can talk about generosity, somebody being generous to you, handing you a gift or a blessing, which fills your cups with the Ten of Cups. Somebody could be offering you support where you needed it to get you unstuck, or maybe present you with an opportunity as well. So it works both ways. There's this feeling of you're being of service, but then someone else is also being of service to you. And there's this equal energy exchange where it all works out. It could be a job. In August, you could get the job that you love. They're appreciating you. You're loving it. And what was feeling stuck in the workplace is stuck no more. You're having a job that emotionally fulfills you with the Ten of Cups and brings you happiness. Likewise, there could be relationships that get rejuvenated in August as well with the Ten of Cups. Maybe for some of you, you were feeling stuck in the love department with the Four of Cups and weren't just, you weren't seeing progress in that area of your life. Next thing you know, somebody comes along who's looking to invest time and energy into you and reciprocate the kind of energy and love that you put out. And the next thing you know, with the Ten of Cups, this could be a love match. This could be a life partner energy. This could be somebody who complements you in that way. So the feeling is here, August is the month where anything that was stuck and stagnant, right? The feeling is you get liberated from it. And things start to balance themselves out. And anything and everything that, you put your energy and effort into starts to come back to you. Tenfold with the Ten of Cups in a balanced and harmonious way. Anything that was not moving or happening or seemed to be like just frustratingly bleh, right? August is where you start to see the blessings come in. They start to be handed to you with the Six of Pentacles. Opportunities start to present themselves where you've needed it and where you were failing at one time, maybe to see them. Things are healing and things are improving. You have the Ten of Cups here, which symbolizes your fulfillment, your emotional wellness, happiness, and wholeness in all ways that matter, right? Whether it be in love, your relationship, maybe with the Six of Pentacles in your career, your finances, things are balancing themselves out. Expect gifts, okay? Unexpected gifts and blessings to come through. People being super generous to you in August. Opportunities presenting themselves where you've always needed them, like I said earlier. Maybe a love match, somebody who compliments you, maybe wants to commit with the Ten of Cups and give you that life partner energy you've been seeking. And maybe if you're already in a life partner energy, maybe that relationship also improves, because as you heal, as you level up, then the things around you start to improve and level up too. And that's not just in love, that just goes for anything. So as your vibration becomes aligned and improved and uplifted, watch how the things around you start to shift and change to match the vibe that you're now carrying, is the feeling here. So I just see blessings, I see beauty, I see abundance taking place for you in the month of August, improvements in your life. And what I always say, if you watch my readings enough, you'll know that I say that we're meant to be blessed in all areas of our life. Not just one, not just two. We're meant to be blessed and abundant all around. So mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically on all fronts, okay? And the Ten of Cups is saying that, especially with the Six of Cups here, is you're stepping out of this energy where, nothing seems to be happening. Where you start to see movement, you start to see shifts, you start to see changes. And all of that is a reflection of all the change that you've already been through and leveled up from on your inner world, now reflected outside of you with the Ten of Cups. Okay, so let's see if we can get a few cards here. And then I'm going to flip over this card. So August, okay, August 2022. All right. What do we have here? Okay, so heavy burdens. I feel that those are being released. All those lost issues released. Again, you've done the emotional healing. You're lifting up the heavy burdens. You're getting out of the stuck, stagnant energy and that feeling of blah, where nothing's happening. Like all these are being released. You're stepping into your fulfillment over here with the 10 of Cups. I feel that this has to do with what you're letting go. Okay. Let's grab one more. Make it even. 3 here. Well, 3 is not an even number, but it just makes sense to have another one. Yeah, look at that. Sudden change in progress. Absolutely. This is what you're stepping out of and leveling up from and healing from, right? It says, as your heart heals of old emotional pain, right? That would be this. That would be the loss issues and the heavy burden. Loss can come in different forms, right? We deal with challenges and struggles in the journey in many different ways, and this is what you're healing from. It's also that way you now with the 10 of Cups can receive your blessings, right? Your new blessings and love, and find balance, right? Over here with the 6 of Pentacles, reciprocity, equal give and take in work, in love, in life, in your environment, things that are more in alignment and harmonious to you. You are making sudden progress and a lot of change, but the change is leading you to your 10 of Cups. So welcome in the change that's happening right now, because it's going to be quick, right? But it's all going to improve you. It's going to lift you up and put you in a position where you feel more happy and fulfilled and not feeling right, with the 4 of Cups anymore. So let's see what this says. All right, solar plexus chakra, citrine, okay, might be a good stone for you to work with. I know you chose malachite, but malachite is heart chakra energy, and it also can be good for money. And what's awesome is we have the abundance energy here too. It says the world is abundant when you choose to see it that way. You're shifting your vibe again, and you're coming into a more abundant life, where again, as you shift on the inside, the things outside of you start to shift as well to reflect all the healing you've done. And that is abundance. You're stepping into your blessings. You're stepping into love. You're stepping into your abundance, as this card says. August is a month where you start to see it. You start to be intuitively led and guided in the direction of it. You start getting hints and hits all over the place to put you in a position now to receive. Okay. Let's see if we can get a final oracle card from the Sacred Forest Oracle. Let's see here. One card, August 2022. Final oracle card. Pile number 1, choosing Malachite. And I'm going to read this directly from the book for you. But let's see what it says. Okay. Mystic Meadow Sanctuary. Look at that. The little rabbit queen, it looks like. We have the fox. We have the bear. Let's see what it says. 26. All right, Mystic Meadow Sanctuary. Well, when I think of sanctuary, I think of safe. I think of feeling safe and secure. So it says, the creatures and mystical beings of the forest know that the meadow at the center of the wood is a safe place, there you go, where one can truly relax and feel comforted. When you step into this luminous meadow, it's not uncommon to see animals such as deer curled up alongside sleeping bears, foxes, and rabbits lounge side by side. Unicorns, fairies, and elves all gather in the mystic meadow. You feel relaxed, healthy, and clear. Well, that would be a really good feeling to have, right, for the month. You feel relaxed, you feel good, you feel like everything's right with your world, especially with the 10 of Cups here. You're feeling balanced. Yeah, it makes sense. This card appears as a reminder to replenish your inner resources. It's time to renew your energy and make tending to your own needs a priority. Practice extreme self-care. Protect yourself from less than positive influences in your life. Maybe that's what part of the healing journey was about too. Like protecting your energy, replenishing and filling up your cup, right? Working on you, leveling yourself up over here with the High Priestess. That makes sense as well. And some of you might need to protect your energy and remove yourself from people, places, and things in order to connect more to your higher self, with the High Priestess energy and to receive your intuitive hits and nudges to align you in the direction of your blessings. Because sometimes when we're super distracted and we got a lot going on and we're feeling maybe with the Four of Cups even dissatisfied, right? The one thing we can do to recenter ourselves, to find our equilibrium with the Six of Pentacles and find our joy again, is sometimes to remove ourselves from those things that create resistance for us. All right, so let's see what it says. This message here is to take shelter, retreat into your home, or spend time in places and with people where you feel at home, or where you feel comfortable, or where you feel safe, right? Mend physical objects, organize your possessions, and heal relationships. Okay, so you might be taking out time to just focus on you, to maybe finish off the last leg of healing in preparation of stepping into this new energy that the Ten of Cups is bringing. And it says, there is a possibility of a huge spurt of energy in the future. Yeah, maybe in the direction of this Ten of Cups, right? What else does it say? But unless you take this time to create foundations and nourish yourself, you might be overwhelmed by it all and miss the opportunities available to you later. Do you hear that? Take the time, right, to nourish yourself in order to, it says, receive the hits and the opportunities. Okay, let me read this back because I kind of need to go over it in my head. There's possibility of a huge spurt of energy in the future, but unless you take the time to create foundations and nourish yourself and heal, or finish out the last leg of healing, you might be overwhelmed by it all and miss the opportunities available to you later. Like the High Priestess, right? She's receiving the hints, the nudges, and the insight that she needs. But if she's too hyped up, too busy, she's putting everything and everyone first, she might miss the cues that lead to the opportunities and the blessings later. So this is kind of like a heads up, a warning, right? And that's okay, because forewarned is forearmed. And that's why I think the High Priestess is here. The emotional healing card is telling us that the blessings are coming. The High Priestess is saying you need to connect, because the connection, the hits, the intuitive nudges and insights are going to lead you to the blessings, are going to lead you to the Ten of Cups. And unless we have you in a relaxed state where you feel at ease and at peace, where the heavy burdens are kind of relieved of you and you don't have that weight on your shoulder anymore and you can just decompress, it's going to be hard for the higher self to deliver the message. All right, so that's always helpful to know. But it says this card can also mean that blooming and expansion are at hand. There you go. That's your Ten of Cups. Absolutely. Flowering success awaits you. Healing energy is growing and beautiful things are to come. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you, Spirit, because that just confirms everything I was saying. That last paragraph, right? This card also means that blooming and expansion are at hand. Flowering success awaits you. Healing energy is growing and beautiful things are to come. You receive new blessings and love. Total confirmation. Ten of Cups, right? So it says, the spirit of the Mystic Meadow says, draw nourishment from the wellspring inside of you. Be a sanctuary for others, right? Help others through your spiritual teaching, right? Be of service. Maybe that's what this is all setting you up for some of you. And that's what I said earlier. Go within and listen to the voice of your soul. Access your divine guidance. If you have been struggling or pushing too much, right? Take time off, rest, retreat, relax, take a vacation, or embark on a retreat. You deserve that. Absolutely. You deserve to release the burdens. You deserve to put all that mess behind you, to relax, take sanctuary, focus on you, maybe spoil yourself a little bit. As you take that time to relax, you get more in touch with your higher self. The intuitive hits and nudges come through, which guide you to future opportunities and blessings. So we don't want to miss those, right? But this is also saying that you are expanding. The new blessings are coming through. Your success with the Ten of Cups, your well-being, your fulfillment is at hand. This healing energy that has been taking place, okay, is also preparing you to receive these beautiful things. Right? Your abundance is on the way. Let's not forget that. Okay. So I love this card. I think it's confirming for you. Pile number 1, I am going to roll the dice for angel numbers. If you're not familiar with my channel, I roll the dice. The angel numbers can confirm some things I've already said in this reading and or provide you with additional messages that you need personally. I don't like to recommend a source because 1, it could be one you don't like. 2, I never want to imply that one source is better than another. You have discernment. You can figure that one out for yourself, which one relates more to you. And then not only that, I never want to give you the interpretation off the bat or provide you a link right away because I might rob you of the experience of taking the journey to find the messages for yourself, because sometimes on the journey to research numbers, we come across other signs and synchronicities we may need. And if I gave you a shortcut, I would rob you of that experience. I don't want that to happen. Likewise, I always tell everybody to refrain from putting the number interpretation in the comment section for the same reason. We never want to rob anybody of finding their own magic. So let's see what angel numbers come up for you for August 2022. All right, so we have 11. 4, 7. So 1147 is your angel number. Go ahead and look that up. See what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Want to take it a step further to support what I do? Please visit me on Etsy. The link to my Etsy store is down below in the description box. Pay me a visit at any time. I have really cool things there that I make by hand, including handmade crystal jewelry. I also have moldavite and Libyan desert glass if you're into tektite crystals. Pay me a visit whenever you get a chance. Much love to you wherever you are. Be safe, be well, take care, and always keep shining. Pile number 2 viewers, you chose the tiger's eye for your crystal. I don't know if you can really see that, but anyhow, that's your crystal. This is your card. There is a message on the back of this. I will be sure to incorporate it into the reading as I get more cards on the table. I did shuffle for all the cards that you choose from. So let's go ahead and get started to find out what the month of August 2022 is going to look like for you, maybe what to expect, what it might bring. I have the Fairy Messages Oracle as well as the Goddess Guidance cards that I'm going to be using to kind of act as like the main energy of your month. So let's see, Goddess Guidance cards, pile number 2 viewers. What is August 2022 going to be like? Let's see, for you. Let's see. And I have Fairy Messages. What will August 2022 be like for you? Pile number 2 viewers. What to expect? What will it bring? Main energy. Let's find out. Oh, look at that. Leaps of faith. Anya, take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. Affirmations to lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire. Use positive affirmations. Why am I getting the vibe that pile number 2 viewers, you might in August have to take a leap of faith or make a bold move in the direction of something that you've been desiring or have set your intention toward with the affirmation card. Maybe even something with this energy over here that you've been wishing on, because she's like looking up at the star. It's looking like she's wishing on a star, using her affirmations. So the feeling is here the need to take a bold leap of faith in the direction of something you desire in the month of August. And this is saying take a risk, put your heart's true desire into action, stay positive towards this thing that you're leaping into or you want to dive into in some way. Make sure to keep your energy lifted in the direction of what you might be diving into. This is also saying, it says to lift up your energy and thoughts, use positive affirmations, right? The idea is here, if you are taking a leap of faith in the month of August, make sure that you're focusing on the positive outcome you would like to see and not on the negatives, worries, maybe challenges that you fear or that perhaps could be possible or you perceive them as possible. Try not to put your energy on that. This is about focusing on the outcome and keeping your energy high in alignment with that outcome that you would like to see in the direction of whatever it is you're doing or taking a leap of faith into. This is about taking action on something in the month of August, following through with that action, and trying your best to stay positive in the direction of the outcome that you desire to see once you've taken the action. I also get the vibe of like an opportunity presenting itself, and you're gonna, have to trust and take a leap in the direction of it if that's what you really want. It might have to be something, it might be something that you've already been affirming or setting your intentions towards, and then the opportunity presents itself, and it's up to you to reach out and grab it, right? So let's see. That's a possibility here. But it's kind of feeling like the wish presents itself, or the thing that you've been affirming to yourself presents itself, and you're gonna, you can't run from it, is the feeling here. You can't be afraid of it, right, once it comes through. So I have the Radiant, I believe it's called the Radiant Tarot for August 2022. Let's see, what is the month gonna bring? Let's see, just 3 cards here. Alright, so 1, 2, and 3. If I need more cards, I can always grab. So let's see. 4 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and the Empress. Okay, so this is telling me that, the 9 of Swords can talk about fear, worry, anxiety. The 3 of the Empress talks about creation. She is the creatrix. Okay. The bunny here, or the rabbit in the card, is a symbol of fertility. And it is also an energy of having to face your fears. Because rabbits are very quick to react in the face of fear. So the feeling is here, if you want to access your abundance, your fertility, and the things that you have set out into the universe to co-create, you're going to have to face a fear in order to go out and get it. And that's why the leap of faith energy is here. Here's the fear card, the worry, anxiety of the 9 of Swords. It's more of a mental thing. The 4 of Swords can talk about the stillness, the peace, the quiet that we all seek, the reprieve, right? The time out. Sometimes with the 4 of Swords, we remove ourselves from people, places, and things to get our head on straight. August might be a month that you might need to do that in preparation of taking a leap. You might have to clear your mind. You might have to take a step back to regroup or recalibrate your mindset to assist in the direction of what you plan to do. Number 3 of Empress also talks about expansion. So things are expanding in your life. Things are expanding, but you can't be scared of the expansion. You can't be scared of the growth that's taking place with the Empress, or the opportunities when they present themselves. The 4 of Swords can talk about meditation, and I could see how with these 2 cards together, it would be very helpful in the month of August to kind of just clear your mind, your headspace, and to remove yourself from those things that would cause that stress or those stressors, to protect what is about to be created with the Empress as well. Also, the 4 of Swords is an energy where it's one where things have been quiet, they've been still. Not a lot of action in that card. There's a bunch of them in the tarot. Non-action. Hangman, 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 4 of Cups. Sometimes the Hermit. Those are non-action cards. Sometimes even the High Priestess. And non-action energy can sometimes be very frustrating in the midst of us trying to create something too. Because in the midst of trying to create something, we're like, why is nothing happening? I want to see action. I want to see movement. But sometimes Spirit is waiting for us to make the move and take that leap in the direction of what we need to do. Now, if you don't know what it is that you need to do, then the 4 of Swords and the 9 of Swords is telling you to clear your head, go into a space where you can access that. Go into meditation to receive messages from your higher self in order to know what it is you need to do and leap in the direction of. Because if you're waiting for the green light, sometimes we have to go grab the green light within ourselves. So if you need to go into meditation, if you need to kind of get in tune with your higher self that way, or connect to your spirit, remove yourself from distractions and worry and stress with the Nine of Swords in order to access what it is to help direct and guide your next steps forward in the direction of action, then go ahead and do that. That would be the guidance here for August. But there's something that you've been manifesting with the affirmations card, putting into, the universe. And this is saying in August, you may hit a point where you're going to have to take action and leap in the direction of it in some way, shape, or form in order to access the abundance with the Empress, the growth, and the birth of your dreams in some way. It's going to require that you face the fear. It's going to require that you focus on the positive outcome rather than any negative that could arise. It's going to require that you clear your mind, body, heart, spirit with the Four of Swords and Nine of Swords. And get real with yourself, right? In order to go pursue that. The Empress wants to birth things into her experience. She is the birth of a dream. That's what I always call her, because everything that she creates starts first in her inner world before it's birthed in her outer world. And I feel that August is the month where the opportunity to birth these things into your experience presents itself. And it's going to be up to you to take the leap of faith to see it happen. Because I'll put it this way, the universe always lines everything up for us. But there comes a point where it's going to require our inspired action to arrive at it. And that's what this is saying for the month of August. It says here with the card, take a risk, put your heart and true desire into action. So it's going to require some form of action on your part to have it come together. It's a number 3. The 3 talks about things coming together, expansion, growth, and all of that. So it's like, here's the expansion, here's the growth, here are the things coming together, but one aspect of it requires that you take the action. And face your fears in order to do it. And be still within yourself, trusting that it's all going to come together and work out the way it's meant to. This is probably something you've been wishing for. Again, she's looking at the star. She's affirming these things to herself. And then it's like, here's, boom, the universe delivers it. And it's going to require that you reach out and grab it. It could be a creative endeavor. It could be something that you've been manifesting or wishing for. It could be something that you've been meditating on with the Four of Swords and had on your mind's eye for a long time. But here it is. And it's like, okay, are you ready to birth this into your world with the Empress? Are you ready to make it happen? Are you ready for the growth that comes with it? Are you ready for the expansion? Because this is a chance to get out of your comfort zone, leap out of your comfort zone, and access the growth and expansion you've been seeking. But it's like up to you to go pursue it and take that leap that spirit needs you to take in the direction of it. And I also feel like if things have been quiet with the Four of Swords, look, patience and progress. If things have been quiet with the Four of Swords, the Empress is about to birth something into your world that you've been wanting or affirming. And all those worries that you had on your mind with the Nine of Swords are going to dissipate because it's finally here. It's being delivered. Okay. So what do we have here? New or revived relationship, patience and progress. Look at that. Achievement and good fortune. So your patience, right? When it comes to your affirmations, those things that you've been visualizing, the things that you have been co-creating with spirit or manifesting, your patience and progress is going to pay off because you're stepping into your abundance. These things this achievement and good fortune is about to be birthed into your experience. It says new or revived relationship. So new things are coming in. A rejuvenation, like a restoration, is also taking place, it feels. It could be in a relationship, sure. For some of you, it could be pregnancy, right? Or something you're creating. But there's a revived feeling here, like things are being restored to you with this card in some way. And your patience and progress, the progress you have been making, even though it feels with the Four of Swords that, you know, maybe things were still, a lot of things were not as active or happening for you, that patience to stick it through and see it through to the end is going to pay off. Okay. Things are being restored, the feeling is, with the expansion energy of the Empress. Revived, right? And it's leading you to your good fortune. It's leading to you, you know, to you achieving things. So it feels like it's not going to stay quiet for long with the Four of Swords if that's what you've been experiencing, a period of non-action, like where there's no momentum taking place towards your goals or the things that you've been manifesting. Because sometimes that can happen. We enter a period of like stillness and we're like, nothing's growing, nothing's happening. The thing is that things are growing with the Empress energy. Just like a baby in the womb, it's growing in the womb. We don't necessarily see the growth taking place on the inside, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. So outwardly, it seems like the growth and progress wasn't happening, perhaps with the Four of Swords. But the Empress in August is going to show you that it's ready to be delivered. Those things that you've been affirming, confirming, manifesting, okay, they're about to be delivered. And the feeling is, don't be scared of the blessings when they come. There's going to be a restoration and a renewal taking place here. These things are going to revive themselves. They're going to come to life. They're going to start growing and flourishing with the Empress energy. What you thought was dead and gone or kind of was a lost cause, it's not going to be a lost cause much longer with the Empress because she brings things to life. The bunny also is an energy of fertility. And facing fears too. So you're stepping into your achievement. You're stepping into your good fortune. It may require that you take a leap of faith in the direction of them to birth them fully into your experience. But nonetheless, it's happening. Things are making progress. You are making progress. Even when you couldn't see it, you were making progress. August is going to be the month where you see the progress. And you see and receive, the feeling is the expansion, the rewards for your patience. So let's see what this card says. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Passion. Turn your fear of change into excitement for change. Whoa. That makes sense. The bunny, animal medicine, right? We got to pivot. In the face of danger or fear, we pivot. We move. That requires change. You change direction sometimes with the bunny. So that makes sense. Here's the fear, right? We got to work through those fears with the Nine of Swords. Turn your fear of change into the excitement for change. Look at that. Sacral chakra, tiger's eye. And I had the tiger's eye. I didn't even try. I swear. I did not know that. That these matched. So sacral chakra, tiger's eye, and then the tiger's eye stone. That is so freaking cool. But this is about pursuing a passion or something that you care about, something that you've been manifesting. Sure, turning your fear with the Nine of Swords into the excitement for the growth, into the excitement for what's to come of it. Right? In order to take a leap of faith in the direction of something we want, sometimes we got to face our fears. And I said that. But once you face the fear, you get past that part, then the expansion comes. And the excitement for change, right? You start to get excited for these things. And you anticipate the good things coming with it, right? That's why we have the achievement and good fortune. So any leap of faith that you take in the month of August to put you in alignment with something that you've been wishing for is going to bring you achievement and good fortune. The hardest part is facing the fear. That's the hardest part. But once you get past that, watch how with the Empress energy, all these things start to come together to assist you and align you with the outcome you want to see. Final oracle card. Let's see here. Pile number 2. And then I'm going to roll the dice for angel numbers to conclude the reading. For some of you, this is a personal goal in pursuit of your creative passions, maybe. Especially with the Empress there and the Sacral Chakra card of passion. Let's see, final oracle card. Ah, look at that meandering pathway, the flow. Look at the wizard there, right? Talking about magician energy. Let's see what it says. Number 24. All right. Meandering pathway. It says, as you saunter down the pathway, you are not sure what is around the corner yet, but you are relishing the moment, right? The excitement for change. You gaze at the interplay of light and dark of the leaves of the trees and inhale the fresh forest air. All is well. You know that you don't have to see your destination. All that is required is to enjoy the journey. Now, remember when I was saying with the Four of Swords, how, you know, it's a period of non-action where we don't feel like there's a lot of momentum taking place? That's because with the Empress is trying to tell you that there is growth taking place in spaces where you can't always see it, right? It says, when life presents you with a meandering pathway, when life presents you a meandering path rather than a straight shot to a goal, you can feel frustrated. That would be a little bit of the Nine of Swords and the Four of Swords, right? Because we're feeling like nothing's happening. And it puts us in a state of fear, anxiety, worry, and doubt with the Nine of Swords, making us think that it's never going to occur or come about for us. But anyway, it says, you might bemoan the fact that the path seems aimless and roundabout and that you can't see what's ahead. On the other hand, you can just enjoy the voyage. If life right now seems to have some sinuous curves, bends, loops, and turns, don't despair, right? Don't go into that Nine of Swords energy. All is as it should be. The card is suggesting that you relinquish control to the path forward and just see where it takes you. You don't have to have all the answers to succeed. You don't need to know what tomorrow holds to have an astounding future. Simply sit back and enjoy the ride. You'll get to exactly where you need to be for your highest good. You're still on the path to achieving. That's the thing. To your achievement and good fortune. Remember that. It says, the spirit of the meandering pathway says, everything falls into place when you don't resist the flow of the meandering pathway of life. Allow the path to take you where you need to go. Don't hurry it or resist it. Simply let go, surrender, and enjoy the journey. So you are on the road there to creating, right, your wish fulfilled, your manifestation. Perhaps the month of August just wants to remind you of that and to restore to you, right, that feeling of whatever was lost or if it didn't seem like it was happening. I feel like there's a renewed sense of faith, a revived sense of faith here as well in the cards, and a opportunity with the leap of faith gets presented to you. Some of you have already taken the leap of faith and wondering where the leap of faith is leading you, right? And this is saying just be in flow because you're where you need to be. You're on the right path to your achievement and good fortune. You're on the path to creating this thing and bringing it about into your reality, right? Don't go into a fear state with the Nine of Swords. Remember, turn your fear of change into excitement for the change and know that the wish is coming. You've already taken the leap for some of you, and now it's time to see it come together. And that is the month of August, to show you that it is coming together and to show you that your patience and progress is about to pay off with achievement and good fortune and the expansion of all that you've been putting your intentions towards. So let's go ahead and grab an angel number here for you. Let me roll down the shade. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. These numbers, when they show up, I encourage you to research them, look them up, find the interpretation for yourself. They can provide confirmation of everything I've already said here. That happens often, and or give you a personal message that you need for your journey. I don't like to recommend a source. For one, it could be one you don't like. Two, I never want to apply that one source is better over another. You have personal discernment and can kind of decipher for yourself what resonates for you and what doesn't. And number 3, if I gave you a shortcut to research the numbers, I might rob you of the experiencing of finding some magic along the way. Because we know that sometimes when we take the journey to look up things for ourselves, we might come across other synchronicity and serendipity that we need to find. If I gave you a shortcut, I might, again, rob you of that. Don't want that to happen. Likewise, I always tell everybody to refrain from putting the number interpretations in the comments section for this same reason. We want to make sure that we don't rob anybody of finding their magic. So let's see. Angel numbers for you, pile number 2. All right, pile number 2, snake eyes, you get number 2. 3. Okay. And 5. So 235 is your angel number. Go ahead and look up that number, see what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Want to take it a step further to support what I do? Please visit me on Etsy. Link to my Etsy store is there down below in the description box. I have handmade crystal jewelry, amongst other things that I create by hand. I even have Tektite crystals like Moldavite and Libyan desert glass, if you're into that. So much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care, have a great month, and always keep shining. Pile number 3, viewers, you chose Citrine as your crystal. This is your card. There's a message on the back of that, and I will be sure to incorporate it into the reading as I get more cards on the table. I did shuffle for all the cards that you choose from, so I'll be sure to make sure to read that for you. We're looking at the month of August. We want to see what the month will bring, what it might be like for you, what to expect. I have the Goddess Guidance cards here I'm going to be using to see what the main energy is, as well as the Fairy Messages Oracle for you also. So let's see, main energy theme for your month, August 2022. What will the month bring? What will it look like? What to expect? August 2022 for pile number 3, viewers. 1 card. Okay. August 2022. Whoa, pile number 3, viewers. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, so we have the travel energy. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. And then we have Ostara, which is an energy of fertility. It is the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions in your life, basically. Funny, her energy in this card is reminding me of the Empress card that showed up in pile 2. So this is really interesting. What this is saying for the month of August is that there's abundance, there's fertility, there's expansion taking place in your life, okay? It's saying that it's a time to start new things, access new ideas, give birth to new conditions, maybe even travel to new places. Some of you in the month of August might be deciding to perhaps even simply just go on vacation and explore new places that you've never been before. But this does feel like exploration in general. The idea of exploring new things, new people, places, situations, and circumstances to birth new ideas and conditions into your life, and to kind of give you a refresher or feel alive again. I don't know, I'm getting the vibe of like spontaneity and adventure taking place, giving you a fresh perspective and a new outlook on life in general. Some of you, yes, in the month of August might actually be relocating or moving to a new place, which will bring, okay, all this abundance and fertility. It will bring you new things. It'll bring you a fresh perspective, fresh ideas, and a new condition in regards to the way that you live your life, right? So sometimes new places can revive our energy. And this is saying if you have the chance to travel in the month of August, allow it to do that. Allow it to kind of give you the boost that you need. And if some of you are moving and relocating, this new place that you're moving to might actually give you that fresh boost of energy. Because sometimes I feel like energetically we might exhaust the energy where we live, and we get inspired to maybe want to go or move somewhere else. And the reason why we might get inspired to move somewhere else or go somewhere different is because there's energy there at that new place that we need. it kind of feels like an energetic download that might be in this new place that you need. And in order to access that, you got to go there, right? You got to experience that place. I feel like there's energetic points on the earth that I call like power places that have something we need, and we kind of got to receive that energy in order to access something in our life. And it does feel like with these two cards, August might be the month where you get to visit a power place, or you get to move to one, or you get to experience something new in general that opens up your eyes to refresh you and give you that boost of creativity or whatever it is that you're needing at this time. This says here, an upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. So there's something that is either figuratively or literally moving you in the direction of something life-changing, positive, and very fertile and abundant. So I do feel like there's life changes in the month of August that are taking place to assist you in the direction of positive things, lots of expansion, new creative ideas, again, a new way of living, new projects, goals, you know, all this energy taking place. I don't know, this is kind of giving me Eight of Wands vibes, right, with the travel card. It's also with the stag in the card, okay, which is an energy of leadership. It's saying that it's kind of leveling you up or stepping you up into a position of power or leadership in some way. You might get an upgrade, you might get a promotion, you might get an upgrade to your environment, you might get an upgrade to a job, you might get an upgrade to your circumstances in some way. Again, with all the fertility taking place, right? Things blossoming and blooming for you because it's the energy of Astara. So there's like new life taking place. So expect positive things, expect movement in the direction of these positive things, and expect that wherever you go or whatever new thing you are experiencing, it's going to help expand your life in a very positive and abundant way. Okay, so let's see if we can get a few tarot cards here. Pile number 3, viewers. Spontaneous road trip is also something I just heard. Spontaneous road trip. Maybe you hop on the road for a day, right? You decide, oh, let's go here, take a day trip somewhere or something. Or decide like a last minute getaway for the weekend. But whatever it is that you do and you feel, let's say you feel spontaneously led to travel in the month of August, it's the reason why you feel that intuitive nudge to travel suddenly is because there's something there that's going to give you something you need. And your soul is kind of tugging at you to go get it. Okay. Let's see, 3 cards for August 2022. So be open to a little spontaneity or to have it presented to you, right? You might have a friend or somebody close to you say, hey, you want to go here for the weekend, or you want to go here for the day? Let's just go. Let's just drop everything and go. And the feeling is here, go do it. Go do it. Say yes, right? Don't deny yourself that adventure. I think August is telling you with these 2 cards that it's needed. All right, what do we have here? Ooh, the Lovers. The Lovers card. Nice. That's Gemini energy. It's also balance, alignment, harmony, connection with somebody special. You might find love wherever you travel. For some of you, maybe a soulmate or a kindred spirit might invite you to travel, or you might find that wherever you go. Or you might find something that's harmoniously in alignment with you and a better suited match to you wherever you decide to travel and go. What else do we have here? Oh, wow. We have the Temperance and we have the 2 of Wands. Why do I feel like I want to... And we also have a hidden 2 of Cups in the Temperance card, mind you. And with the Lovers, that's pretty cool. So I feel like I want to take another one. I don't know why the 2 of Wands is leaving me with an open-ended feeling of like deciding the path forward. You might be presented with a choice, right? Like I was saying, you might get inspired to go do something, go somewhere, experience something new. And you might have a choice, right? To move or stay, or to go or stay put. But I feel like even if you're presented with that, or you feel like you're at a crossroads between the old and the new, or where you are and where you want to go, this is telling me that you're going to end up going. You're going to end up traveling, because we have the travel card here, And it has a stag, which helps you to step into your power and take action and put your foot down in the direction of whatever it is with the two wands that you might decide. You are in alignment with the Lovers. You definitely, I mean, this is feeling like the Temperance is confirming the alignment of the Lovers, because those two cards can talk about inner alchemy, balance, and harmony. So it's feeling like you are in alignment, and you're in alignment to make the shift, the change, and the decision that you need with the Two of Wands to go in the direction or travel or move in the direction of something that's going to change you in a positive way. So I want to say to you, don't hesitate or doubt your choice in the month of August. Whatever it is that you decide or are moving in the direction of is bringing you into alignment, balance, healing, and harmony. And it's bringing you in alignment with those things, people, places, and situations that you need to bring the best out of you and to expand your life with positive things, new conditions, creative inspiration and ideas, a boost where you need it, okay? So this is saying to go in the direction of that, pursue that which is going to bring you your alignment, step into your power and make the choice. Don't hesitate, because what awaits you after you've made the choice or you move in the direction of this is all things good. All right, so I do kind of want to take another card to see what else this might say for the month of August. The choice that you make in the month of August is going to lead to fertile ground, okay? Just know that. It's leading to fertile ground. It's carrying you there. So trust your discernment and choices in the month of August, okay? The Seven of Swords, okay? That's kind of weird. I mean, I can appreciate it though. And the reason for that is the Seven of Swords is sometimes doing something out of character. It is. It's one of those clever energies, sometimes an energy where you have to get out of your comfort zone, do something that would kind of step you out of what you would normally do in order to get what you want. Because if you think about the Seven of Swords energy, he sees the swords that he needs for his army. He sees them in the distance. And he sneaks up and grabs and seizes the opportunity where he sees it. Like I said, if your friend comes and asks you, hey, you want to go take a day trip somewhere? Let's just go. And you're like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Take them up on it. That would be the Seven of Swords energy. Taking up an opportunity when you see it, seizing it in the moment, taking it and go. Running with it. There's no hesitation in the Seven of Swords card. The dude sees the opportunity and goes out and gets it. So this is telling me an opportunity might present itself. You are presented with a choice here. You could take it and run, or you can deny yourself the opportunity. Up to you. But I honestly feel like if the opportunity presents itself, you don't want to deny yourself the opportunity, right? You want to just reach it, grab it, and go. Because it's there and it's leading you to something better. Like the fertility card says. It's the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Well, sometimes we got to do something a little risky or unorthodox or out of character in order to get what it is that we want. And that's the Seven of Swords energy. A lot of people don't talk about that. Or they don't describe it like that, but that is the energy of it. Most times they want to say, oh, it's something deceptive or it's manipulative, or yeah, and that can definitely be the case, sure. It could be that somebody's cheating on you with the Seven of Swords or whatnot, but a lot of times the Seven of Swords talks about strategy and using your wits about you to achieve your goal. And I'm not saying for you to do anything nefarious with the Seven of Swords, okay? But it might require that you step out of your comfort zone in order to seize the opportunity when it presents itself. Like I said, I'll use the analogy of your friend inviting you to go somewhere random from one day to the next. Normally, let's say you might be a planner. You might plan everything ahead of time. And in this instance, your friend is letting you know the day before, saying, hey, I'm going here for the day or the weekend. You want to come with? And normally you'd be like, well, it's kind of last minute, you see? And normally you might want to plan for things. But in this case, the Seven of Swords is saying, well, here's a chance. Are you going to take it or not? Are you going to go or not? Or are you going to do something spontaneous, right? Like I said, spontaneity and adventure. Are you going to do something spontaneous? Are you going to do something kind of out of character? Maybe it's not in alignment with normally how you behave. Maybe you're one of those people that has to plan everything, dot every I, cross every T. Seven of Swords is not that energy. Seven of Swords is like, here's an opportunity. Do you want it or not? It's no planning. It's seeing something in the moment. It's seeing opportunity in the moment and taking it and running with it. And here's the choice, right? With the Two of Wands. You might be presented with an opportunity or a choice that is very, right, with the Seven of Swords, out of the norm for you. And it's up to you whether you want to roll with it or not. And Seven of Swords, yeah, you will have to use discernment, right? Because you want to make sure nobody's, offering you something that seems too good to be true. But with the positive energy of the cards on the table, I'm seeing this as an opportunity to step outside the box, to think outside the box with the Seven of Swords. And to snatch up an opportunity when you're presented with it. We have two energies of alignment, balance, and harmony. So when I see them, along, and then the number 2 is an energy of balance as well. So when I see them and the Seven of Swords, I'm not scared by the Seven of Swords. I'm not sweating it. I'm not concerned about it. If anything, I see this as being strategic, seeing an opportunity, grabbing it in the moment, being spontaneous and adventurous with it, and saying, what the hell? What do I have to lose? Let's go. Let's do it. I'm down. And it's in grabbing that opportunity or seizing that opportunity that the world opens up to you. There's somebody here that might present you with this, with the Lover's energy and the Temperance. It could be Sagittarius, could be Gemini. I'm just throwing it out there because that's the energy of the cards. But this is about the opportunity being presented to you in a balanced and harmonious way. You have the choice. You can accept it or decline it. But it might require that you do something out of your comfort zone in order to accept it. And that's just the heads up here with the Seven of Swords energy. It could be a job. Again, it could be a friend inviting you on vacation or to do something fun and adventurous. It could be you taking a risk to try something new for yourself. And it's not in your normal character. But you might throw a little caution to the wind in the month of August, and it kind of feels like it's encouraged. I kind of want to see what's underneath the deck, just as an underlying influencer energy. Okay. The Hangman. Well, the Hangman is an energy where it's like, underneath the surface, maybe nothing's happening. Maybe you're not getting enough adventure. Maybe you're not getting enough spontaneity. Because the Hangman is one of those energies that is sacrificing itself a lot, maybe for others, or doing a lot, and, you're kind of putting yourself on hold. You see? To get out of the hold or the pause that you've been in, it might require that you do something a little different with the Seven of Swords. It might require that you get out of your comfort zone in order to break up the stagnation, the hold, the weight that you've been placed in or that you've been feeling. The Travel card is indicating movement. What's been underneath the surface with the Hangman is maybe things not happening so much. For some of you, you might have been bringing yourself into alignment and healing. And you might have been at or in that state of in-between for a long time, which can feel like you're on hold and you're waiting for the ball to drop somewhere. That's the Hangman energy. But while you're kind of on hold and on pause and whatnot, you are going through a healing cycle with the Hangman. You're in maybe that uncomfortable state of in between the old and the new, or what you're leaving and what you're moving in the direction of. And it's all because you're there growing, healing, gaining enlightenment and perspective and shifting and changing within yourself in order to prepare for being cut down from the tree where the Hangman's held up. So this is saying the wait is about to be over. Whatever you've been waiting for, that stuck feeling of in between with the Hangman and the Two of Wands, that indecision maybe for some of you, or that impasse you feel like you're at, you're about to be set free from that. The thing is that it's going to require something a little unorthodox on your behalf. And seizing the opportunity as it presents itself. You're going to have to cut yourself free in order to free yourself from the hold or the pause that you've been experiencing where nothing seems to be happening. You're going to have to do something different and move, travel, right? I'm going to also grab one of these. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely. Knight of Wands, the movement. That's what we want to see. We want to see the movement where there hasn't been movement in some time, right? We want to see things moving finally. The beautiful thing about this is as you seize the opportunity with the Seven of Swords, you free yourself up out of the stagnant, stuck, uncomfortable, in-between energy of the Hangman and the Two of Wands. You free yourself up out of that. And you get the ball rolling with the Knight of Wands. Knight, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, right? As I record this, we are in Leo season. Knight of Wands is all about movement, speed, action, momentum in the direction of your passion, in the direction of your ideas, your goals, your inspirations, of the way that the divine spark moves you from within. And you go in the pursuit of that, and you have the will, the drive, determination to go after something. So I'm reading this like a storybook in a sense. You've been stuck for some time. In that period of being stuck where nothing seems to be happening, you've been bringing yourself into healing and alignment. And you've also been, during that time, also feeling like at a crossroads. Then the universe drops you an opportunity, places it in front of you, and presents you with a choice. Are you going to take it and run, or what? It's up to you. Thing is, if you take it and run, you get the ball rolling. You get out of this stuck, stagnant energy and into an energy of momentum and movement where things start to happen for you in a really positive way, especially with the travel card, right? An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. So whatever movement, whether it's a literal trip, right? Whether it's a figurative travel or literal travel, things are happening. Things are moving, finally. Things are moving forward in a positive, fertile, and abundant way with the fertility card of Ostara. Thing is, don't be scared to reach out and grab the blessing or the opportunity when it presents itself. Because it just might be the breakthrough that you need to cut you down from the weight, the hold that you've been on for some time. I feel like with the two of Wands always gives me the vibe of like a timeline shift or split, where you're shifting timelines. You're making the quantum jump and leap to another timeline of you. The Seven of Swords can also give you an easy out. Okay? A sudden, unexpected opportunity that gives you the easy out that you've been looking for. So keep that in mind too. Maybe you shift to a timeline that presents you with what you need. Suddenly, unexpectedly, and opportunistically. You see? But please know, with the Seven of Swords, with the Lovers, the Six of the Lovers, and the Temperance energy, these things are in alignment with what you need wherever it is that you want to go. The feeling is, this is the catalyst, this is the missing piece of the puzzle to help move you along, push you along in the direction of where you need to be, where you need to go, what you need to do to access the things that you desire with the Knight of Wands. Okay. I do want to pull this over. All right. So we have the throat chakra. It says Amazonite. And that might be a crystal you might want to work with. We have creativity. Use creativity to transform your pain into positivity. Some of you might have a creative opportunity or endeavor that gets presented to you. You might have to take a leap of faith or go in the direction of that. Pursue that. by getting out of your comfort zone, right? But again, it's the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, creativity, right? And give birth to new conditions, maybe via your creative aspirations. This feeling is here. August is not the month to fall asleep on your dreams. To be honest, it's not the month for that. This is about going out and pursuing them. And giving yourself permission to do so. Pursue those things that are in alignment with your desires. Get out of your comfort zone to go get it. Lift yourself up out of any stagnation by doing something different. And stepping into a position of power and leadership within yourself to go get it with the stag energy in the card. Maybe with the bunny also to face your fears and go out and get it. Like, it's all about deciding to decide. You know, it's like the universe is just waiting for you to decide that this is what you're going to do, and then go out and get it. And then, as you know, when you do that, you open yourself up to all this wonderful expansion and abundance, and filled with new things. Let's see if we can get a couple cards here as well. Pile number 3. Okay, one more. Now, you might have the opportunity to relocate for a new job, right? And that might get you out of your comfort zone, or you might require that you get out of your comfort zone to accept. Like, stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that these cards can play into, like, everyday life. You know, it could be a job opportunity somewhere else that requires you to travel. You might decide to move from where you are, like, to a different state altogether. Maybe relocate to another country. You know, and other people with the 7 of Swords might look at you like, what the heck are you doing? Are you sure this is what you want to do? You're crazy. You know, they might look at you like that with the 7 of Swords, but don't let them gaslight you, right, into thinking that it's not possible, or that this is not the best idea for you. Because the feeling is here, you're in alignment with your choice with the Lovers and the Temperance. So don't let, with the 7 of Swords, anybody like manipulate you, okay? That's one way to look at the card. Manipulate you into thinking that you can't do it, or that you can't pursue it. There's a reason why you've been inspired by Spirit with the idea, and it's all about going out and getting it. Even if other people look at you like it's out of character. And maybe it is, but who gives a shit, right? It's what you need to do to live your best life. So go out and do that. Yeah, look at that. Centered and balanced. That's the Temperance for sure. Alignment with the Lovers. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, the Temperance energy is all about like finding the equilibrium, right? The mixing and pouring. I usually call her the mixologist, because you take opposing components, right? And you find the solution here in the middle. It's like one ingredient here, another ingredient here, and in the middle is where you have the balance and the happy place, the happy medium. And that is centered in balance with the Lovers. So that makes sense. Yes, leaving something behind. Absolutely. Look at that. Leaving a person, place, thing, situation, job. Yeah, and moving away from that. Leaving that all behind. Absolutely. To go find those things that are more in tune with you. Money, financial matters. Absolutely. Look, I'm looking at the fertility energy and this card, and I'm like, you know what? You'll have what you need to make it happen. So if any of you are worried about the financial aspect of it, if they're, you know, being enough, will you be supported to have what you need in order to make the move, the changes, or the creative shifts that you need to make? The money will be there. The fertility card guarantees that there will be enough, okay, to support whatever it is that you're looking forward to pursuing. All right. So let's see if we can get a final oracle card here with the Sacred Forest, so I can close this out. This one's a pretty long one for you, pile number 3 viewers, but let's see. Final oracle card. Okay. Knowledge, air spirit. Okay, number one, right? That's new beginnings. Absolutely. So yeah, and it was saying here with the Ostara card, It's the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Number 1, that's all about newness. All right, so let's see what it says. And we also have the Gemini energy of the Lovers, which is air. Again, some of you might be air signs. All right. Air spirit, knowledge. And the swan in the card, right? Swans talk, and we have it here again. Hold on. Look, we have swan energy. I would definitely look up the animal medicine of swan. Swans mate for life. So for some of you, you could be coming into alignment. Like I said, you could be meeting somebody new. You could be meeting a soulmate in your travels or in this new energy that you're moving into. And swans do mate for life. And they also speak of magic and transformation too. So anyway, do the research for yourself on the swan energy. You might find other synchronicity and confirmation somewhere for you. But let's see what it says. As you stand in the center of the forest, a subtle breeze lovingly touches your cheeks. Gentle gusts rustle the leaves above you as the spirit of air approaches upon her boat of light and wind. In the quietude, you sense the wind whispering messages to you from spirit. Whoa. So spirit's giving you a heads up about something. It says you receive this card when you need to think things through. The choice, right? You might have a choice to consider. Sure. This is not the time to be impulsive. Do not react instinctively to situations and people. Take into consideration all points of view. Do your research. Well, that's common sense. Okay? That's common sense. Like I said, if there's an opportunity, yeah, you want to consider it, sure. Okay? Do your research, listen to others, speak your truth. Take time to weigh the pros and cons of a situation. Right? That would be the Two of Wands, kind of where you vacillate for a little bit and you figure it out. It's an excellent time to begin a new venture or project. Okay, there you go. Confirmation. Look at that. It's the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. It's an excellent time to begin a new venture or project. It will succeed as long as you are thoughtful, organized, and focused. Yes, absolutely. But if the opportunity presents itself, right, here's a chance to seize it in the moment. Think it through, absolutely. Consider the possibilities, sure. But also don't be afraid to grab a good opportunity when you see one, is also the feeling here. And try not to allow anybody to kind of like talk you out of what you feel, right, you need to do. It does say here, take into consideration all points of view. Sure, especially if it affects other people. And do your research, yes. But try not to let like what you feel is a good thing slip from your fingers because someone else is trying to tell you it's not. Especially if when you sense, right, and spirit is nudging you with the air energy that it is what you need. Okay. Anyway, that's just common sense stuff. But anyway, there is a remarkable wellspring of wisdom within you. Take a breath, slow down, and delve into that inner knowledge. It will guide you in the right direction. Absolutely. Right? That's where you stand in between the choice. But the Knight of Wands does eventually take action. So I see you in the month of August definitely taking action. It says, air represents wisdom, our mental activity, and our ability to reason. It also is associated with thoughts, intellect, communication, and comprehension. Through our breath, we can speak and express ourselves. Our lives begin with our first breath, so air is connected to new beginnings. Again, number 1, right? Like I said, new beginnings. The spirit of air oversees friendship, clarity, and positive focus in life. I like that. Says the spirit of air says, inhale, take a moment to think things through, think as well as feel, yes, the direction. Get clarity and become focused before stepping forth. Take care to have thoughtful communication with others. Yeah. Okay. I also want to say, just because an opportunity presents itself suddenly and unexpectedly doesn't make it bad. Okay? Doesn't make it bad. Yes, think it through. That's common sense. Bring yourself into alignment and obviously discern for yourself what is the best move. Bring yourself into like that feeling of being centered and balanced when you make your choice so it sits well with you. Because if there isn't any centered feeling, or if it feels imbalanced, well, that's telling you to turn the other cheek and go the other way. But if you feel centered and balanced with, let's say, the Temperance and the Lover's energy in the making of your choice, there's no reason why you shouldn't follow through with it, even if it is a little unorthodox and unconventional and out of your comfort zone. But if it feels centered and balanced and right to you, okay, then that's a yes to move forward with the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I totally agree with this card. I totally agree with it that way. Okay, and you might have to, you might have to talk it through. You might have to talk some things out with some people around you, especially if you're making big moves that maybe affect other people, right? But this is a chance for you to leave the past behind, move in the direction of your abundance, your fertility, those creative endeavors and ideas that you've been looking to pursue, maybe new places, and take action in the direction of your goals. Okay, and get out of your comfort zone. Also face your fears at the same time. And also cut yourself free from any hold and weight that you've been on or in pause about for some time too. So, yeah, it says use creativity to transform your pain into positivity. So any worries, concerns, frustrations, there's a chance, an open door, an opportunity to seize and shift it into a positive direction. So let's see what angel numbers come up for you, pile number 3 viewers. If you're not familiar with my channel, what I do is I roll the dice for angel numbers. These numbers, when they show up, can confirm some things I've already said to you and or provide confirmation for you personally. So do the research. When the numbers come up, find the number interpretation for yourself. I don't like to recommend a source because 1, it could be one you don't like. 2, I never want to imply that one source is better over another. You have personal discernment. I'm pretty sure you will figure out which source resonates best for you. And 3, I never want to give you the number interpretation or a shortcut to it because I want you to do the research for yourself. Sometimes when you take the research or do the research for yourself, you come across other synchronicity, confirmation, and serendipity that Spirit needs you to find. If I gave you a shortcut, I might rob you of that experience. Don't want that to happen. Likewise, I always tell everybody to refrain from putting the number interpretation in the comment section for the same reason. We don't ever want to rob anybody of finding their own magic. Okay, so let's see what numbers come up for you, pile number 3 viewers, for this monthly message. All right, so we have 4. That's a 3. And an 8. So 438 is your angel number. Go ahead and look up that number, see what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. If you want to take it a step further to support what I do, please check me out on Etsy. The link to my Etsy store is down below. Visit me at any time. I have really cool things there that I make by hand, including handmade crystal jewelry, amongst other things. I even have Tektite crystals like Moldavite and Libyan desert glass as well. So pay me a visit at any time. Much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care, and always keep shining.